again, and welcome back to After Hours, the only late night show my mom watches. Love you, Mom. Aww. It's Halloween, and I have 0 plans. Wow. Guys, am I lame? Oh, wait, don't answer that. I don't think I can handle it. Can you all just erase that from your minds? Yeah, I like that. Just like how AI is being used to erase history. I know that sounds insane, but it's true. After AI was used to delete a webpage about famous baseball player Jackie Robinson, the Pentagon revealed it's employing AI to remove DEI content from the military. And that's just the start. Figures such as Harvey Milk, a former Navy man and gay rights activist, and Doris Miller, a black Navy cook who protected Navy ships at Pearl Harbor, are completely removed from government websites. We've gone from burning books to using artificial intelligence to create narratives that center old, straight white men. Upgrades, people, upgrades. But seriously, history repeats itself. I don't want to say it, but I think we all need to crack open a textbook while we still have them. In other news, our glorious leader is on a roll once again. This week, President Trump bragged to reporters about his difficult IQ test he recently completed. Except it wasn't an IQ test. Turns out it was the Montreal Cognitive Assessment. That's right. Our president thought that a screener for memory loss was testing his IQ. Wow. Just wow. At least he won't be forgetting anything important anytime soon. Well, not on accident anyway. Trump recently ordered the demolition of the White House East Wing, which is the office used by the First Lady. Oh, what a great idea. Instead of preserving the history and importance of the president's wife, we have, wait, what do we have? Oh, right. Trump may have forgotten about the First Ladies, but at least he can recreate Beauty and the Beast with his First Lady, J.D. Vance. Trump is far from the only person testing their limits. Last Thursday, a man dressed in a Nazi uniform assaulted a woman after being denied entry into a college bar. Following his arrest, the University of Georgia condemned the actions of 33-year-old Kenneth Leland Morgan and confirmed that he's not a student. The question is, why did he even have the outfit in the first place? I mean, you don't just stumble upon a fully tailored Nazi uniform at Spirit Halloween. You have to wonder what kind of Buffalo Bill-style ego trip gets someone thinking that this is okay. I can picture him looking into the mirror saying, "You're the man, Kenneth. You're so cool and definitely not a loser. Everyone knows that the coolest 33-year-old men pick fights with college girls at the bar." Oh, I would like to point out that the college girls he targeted were the first in line to step up and confront him, putting themselves in harm's way to shut down this display of hate. And I'll just leave it at that, because we're clocking into entertainment time. Opening weekend of Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere has come and gone, and it was not great. The movie bombed in the box office, being beat by the Chainsaw Man movie, and I found this ridiculous. I saw the Springsteen movie, and I really liked it. People had issues with the script and lack of plot, whatever that means. And okay, listen, I never thought I'd care about Bruce Springsteen that much. Mix that with the fact that Jeremy Allen White was the casting of choice, my hopes were pretty low. But I was blown away. The plot was simple, but that's all it needed to be. It told a beautiful story, and I cried. If you're on the fence about watching it, don't listen to the masses, listen to me. My top 5 is pretty fire. Check this: Princess Bride, Zoolander, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Jurassic Park, and Lisa Frankenstein. Yeah, basically I'm an expert. Ooh, also in my expertise, you guessed it, Dancing with the Stars. Welcome to my Dancing with the Stars pyramid. To switch it up this week, I'll be ranking all the remaining couples after Halloween night and giving some thoughts. Okay, spoiler alert. Jen and Jan went home. I'm pretty upset with this. I mean, she wasn't my favorite, but she truly was improving and deserves a spot on the show. Oh, speaking of which, on the bottom, Andy and Emma. Andy should have gone home weeks ago. He did just turn 59, but I say no excuses. Next, Danielle and Pasha. The story they talked about telling with their dance was amazing, but it did not come through on their execution. Next, Dylan and Daniela. Dylan has to step it up and actually start dancing if he wants my votes. People think he's good just because Daniela's his partner, and apparently he's hot. Alan and Elaine is next. Elaine was unable to perform due to an injury, so they showed footage from a rehearsal. It's just so hard to judge a rehearsal against a live performance, but it is what it is. Next, Whitney and Mark. This is the second time Whitney's been out of time during her dances. Yeah, she started off good, but everyone else is improving while she isn't, so she's got to step it up. Next, Jordan and Ezra. I think the harness really held Jordan back. Well, no pun intended. It just stunted the fluidity of her dance. Next. Oh, how did that get there? Anyway, Robert and Whitney. Robert was amazing on stage. Best dance of the season by far. Definitely worth his first tens. And on the top, Alex and Val. I was in shock during their whole dance. Breathtaking. So there is my completed pyramid. And I hope this was as entertaining for you to watch as it was for me to make. Speaking of entertaining to watch, after the break, we've got an inside look with the cast of Dungeons and Doormats. So don't go anywhere. You guys are still here. Well, please join me in welcoming the cast of MHTV's newest show, Dungeons and Doormats. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
All right, so I am joined by Jordan, Nick, and Erica.
Hi.
Can you guys tell me a little bit about what your roles are for the show?
So I play the tank of the group. His name's Axel. He's a, why am I blanking on the class?
You're a soul knife.
So I'm a soul knife, thank you.
Yes. Yeah, like you said, you're basically a tank of the group. You deal damage. He gets to summon blades of whatever kind that he imagines and take his enemies down.
Yes.
Me next? All right. I play as Venora Elgrove. She is an elf and she's the rogue of the group. So I deal mostly on with ranged weapons, and I deal mostly with charisma, perception, the sneaky type of things. Not as much the tank or fighter, but.
Yeah, and so I'm the game master. I run the entire show, so to speak, as well as I am the executive producer. So I do run the show as well. But I plan the encounters. I set up the dungeons. I am the face of every character that they're going to deal with, and all of the bad guys as well.
So were you guys all familiar with how to play Dungeons and Dragons before?
I had a little experience. I did 1 or 2 campaigns before starting this, so while I had a little bit of experience, some of the rules were still kind of very new to me.
Okay. I also had very limited experience with playing an actual tabletop. I've had experience in the past with games like Baldur's Gate 3 and things more virtual game style role-playing games. So starting playing Dungeons and Doormats, and especially with using Pathfinder rules, has been a very new experience for me. It's definitely had its learning curves and everything.
Was it did you have to do a lot of the teaching, I'm assuming?
Yes and no. So for Dungeons and Doormats, I made sure that I pared down the rules and kept things very simple for each person. So Jordan is very familiar with the rules surrounding his character and how they interact with the tabletop, but he has no idea how, say, Venora's character's rogue class abilities work. But I, on the other hand, know how everybody's classes work.
Did you have to teach yourself that?
So I've been playing for well over 20 years. And that's just because that's just how it is. I've been a big fan of games like Magic the Gathering, older games like Ocarina of Time and you know, Super Mario 64 were things that I grew up with. So it just, once I got, you know, once I became aware of Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition, I just found people to play with, and it just evolved from there.
So do you guys have any cool moments from episode 1? You kind of give me like a teaser.
I definitely say my favorite moment was when I went to try and fight like a group of monsters, realized I was outnumbered, and so I did a really cool ability of teleporting into a portal.
Okay.
Episode 1 was such a fun experiment for me, seeing in playing like Venora as a rogue, because so many of the times just anything perception check wise or lock picking was, the rolls were just insanely high, plus like my skill bonuses. So I think that on one of the perception checks, I might have rolled like a 32 or something like that. Just insane amounts of perception that Venora has.
So wait, what's a perception check? Sorry, I'm not super familiar.
Definitely, no. A perception check is like, if it's kind of like a observation, like you're able to, you roll and you add your skills to see if you're able to notice things that might help you in the role playing. And so being a rogue, my character has insanely high perception, which means that basically nothing gets past my character. And I have never played a character like that where it's just, the observation skills are insane with her.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I have to do some thinking about that when I'm setting up my encounters, just because the perception check is very, very high with your character. But that's not a bad thing either, you know. Characters are supposed to be really, really good at certain things and sometimes not so good at other things. Speaking of good at things, you have a slightly better critical multiplier on your weapons. I'm actually really excited for that one, because I very humorously describe how you did just max damage to that poor portal sprite. I don't think it deserved all that damage, really. I mean, they're like this big, like literally like this. They're little guys. You didn't have to do them like that.
Listen, they got in my way. They threatened to hurt my friends.
Axel do what Axel does.
I'm excited to figure out what this means. And I cannot wait to check out those cool moments when the episode drops. After the break, we're going to join in on the fun with our own encounter. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the break. For this segment, we were supposed to get a bunch of our friends together to play. However, as all plans do, everything fell through and everyone flaked. Typical. Anyway, we are lucky to have our amazing friend, Drew Portwine, here. Not only has he been a part of our crew since the beginning, he's also one of the executive producers of Dungeons and Dorm Rats. So, Drew, how you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful, and I'm feeling extra wonderful because we get to talk about this. I mean, I love Dungeons and Dragons. I love all of this stuff. It's so much fun to just play pretend with your friends. It's lovely. It's lovely.
Okay, well, since my plans fell through, I was kind of hoping you could run me through some like materials, gameplay kind of stuff.
Well, sure. I mean,
Okay.
why don't we start with, got a box right
Yes,
there.
I do.
And I have one too. We have some very lovely dice
Okay.
ready to be thrown around. Each one of these, when you're playing D&D, has like multiple different purposes.
Okay.
This one, the 20-sided dice, is gonna be like your main man, all right?
Yes.
This thing you use for everything. You use if you wanna like learn more about a topic, if you wanna test your skills in anything, this is your guy, this is your guy.
Okay.
It's also, you know, if you wanna like punch something in the face, it's like, you gotta roll this guy.
All right.
And then the rest of these, they're used for more, I guess, niche scenarios, like damage or anything like that. You got any particular questions about these guys?
Yeah, what is this? What is this?
That one sucks.
Okay, okay.
I hate that one. That is the four-sided dice, and because it's shaped like a triangle, because pyramids have four sides, it's so uncomfortable to use. Yeah, I hate it. It's just not fun. There's nothing wrong with it. Its shape is just objectively pointy and bad.
Yeah, get that. We also have a bag here.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite out of these sets?
I'm always partial for the 20-sided because it's like, this is like my dog. You know what I mean? Like I see this guy all the time. Like it's like if you said that you like hated your best friend from middle school. It's like he's always been there for me, and that's just not okay, you know. But I also like this one, the 9-sided dice. It's just kind of goofy shaped. I don't know.
It's also pointy. It's like the triangle. It's a little pointy.
Yeah, there's two actually that are very similar shaped. That one is the 8-sided, which both of these are used for like different purposes, but this is actually the 10-sided. I'm sorry.
So I do know, again, I'm not very knowledgeable, but I do know there are like player sheets that you make.
In fact, I actually have one right here for us to look through. I have two actually.
Okay.
These things, well, the dice are like your steering wheel. This thing is like the car, okay? This is just a piece of paper. Everything that D&D does is a piece of paper. It's just you write all your information down, and then you pretend to be what's on this sheet of paper. It sounds kind of a lot, right?
Yeah, it looks like a lot.
Yeah. I promise you, not nearly as bad as it looks. There's a ton of resources online for this stuff that will walk you through step by step by step to get where you want to be. And then the hardest thing you have to do is figure out, what do I even want my character to be?
Okay.
There's tons of classes, of like character races, and then you have to come up with a backstory. It's like a creative writing exercise, but more fun.
Okay. What are some classes?
So there's a lot of fantasy tropes, right?
Yeah.
You got like wizards, you got barbarians, you have like thieves, you have rangers, which are, you know, people who watch like nature and stuff, and you have clerics who are priests, because there's a lot of lore with Dungeons and Dragons. So there's a lot of different fake religions, there's a lot of different fake gods that all of these guys and your character can follow, believe in, or worship, or whatever. And all the classes usually have a different relationship with that. So it can get kind of complicated. But out of all the ones I've described, which one do you think would fit you?
Oh my goodness. The only thing that I really know about, I know bards. They play music, and I like music.
Okay, so you're a bard type of person,
Is that bad?
So as I've mentioned through this thing, there's a lot of different stats that you can use, like intelligence, wisdom, charisma. While a lot of different classes are made purely for like punching things or casting spells, the bard is made to talk to people.
Oh.
It's made to play music and charm people into doing what you want.
That sounds important.
It really is, right?
Yeah.
Because Dungeons and Dragons, it's a game, right? But it's not a combat game. It's not like Candyland where you have to get from A to B. It's an interactive experience, and so if you can control what other people do, that's crazy good. It's crazy helpful.
Yeah, I like talking. I can do that. Actually, I feel like that is pretty good. That's accurate. So how do you like plan this character? Like, what's the process?
First, you come up with what you want.
Okay.
Then you come up with the class, the backstory, and then basically you roll for each of these stats.
Okay.
So if you want, we can take this little box.
Ooh, I was wondering what that was.
Yes, and you can roll your dice, and depending on how high your 20-sided dice will be, that's going to affect how good a stat that you want. It's kind of stressful, but there's a lot of like safeties, because theoretically you could just roll like 6 1s, and then your character sucks and you never want to use them. So a lot of times, if you have a good game master, they're just going to be like, okay, you can re-roll, or you can just take this block of stats that I've already rolled for you and figure it out. So for now, why don't you roll a dice, you know?
So, 1. I got a 1.
So that's really bad. I don't
Is
know.
it?
Yeah. The worst it could be, one might argue.
So is that like for strength I have a 1?
Basically, yeah,
Oh.
that would be really bad. But even if you have a 1, a lot of times what like race you choose, like if you want to be
Okay.
human, an elf, dwarf, that stuff can like go against it, right?
Okay.
It's also, you can choose what stat you want to be a 1, right? So if you were like a 1 and then 20 20s or whatever, you can have, and you're like a wizard, you can have your strength be terrible because like you're not going to be lifting things, you're a nerd, you know? Like you're going to be casting spells. So it's, again, there's a lot of choices and a lot of weird ways it can work, but generally it's pretty avoidable for you to get to where you want to be.
So I feel like I have some pretty good base knowledge. Like, do you think I could give it a shot? Do you think
Absolutely. Let's say on your travels, you know, you've stopped in the forest because, you know, it's late at night and you don't want to keep traveling, there's dangers, right? And you're eating some delicious meat that you found from the day prior, and, you know, you've got your little lute sitting next to you and all your instruments around. And you look up and you see some yellow eyes staring at you from the darkness of the forest.
Okay.
What would you do?
Do I know what it is? Like, based on the eyes?
Well.
Can I tell?
So there is a stat in D&D that is called history.
Okay.
History allows you to basically look back on past experiences you've had and past knowledge you've had, like if you say you read about it in a book, and then you can attribute what that is to what you know. So why don't you roll your 20-sided dice and roll me a history check.
Okay. 7. That's pretty low.
All right, so let's say you're a really smart bard, all right?
Okay.
Your intelligence
Yeah.
is like a +2. That's pretty good for a bard, all right?
Okay.
Generally, bard's not gonna have that, but for now, let's say you rolled a 9.
Okay.
So based off of your roll, now it's my turn to be like, okay, how much do I give you, right? Like, well, how much give am I gonna give you? So I'll say that you don't know what it is,
Oh, Lord.
but
Okay.
you can, you feel like you've heard of it before,
Okay.
and you think it's pretty dangerous.
Okay. Am I by myself?
You're by yourself.
I'm by myself.
Yeah, not the smartest.
Oh, I'm not the smartest. I'm not very strong. But I can talk.
You can talk.
So, can I try to talk to him?
You want to talk to the mysterious
Can I?
monster lurking in the woods?
Is that a bad idea?
you sure can, because you can do whatever you
Oh,
want.
Okay.
So
okay.
are you going to get up and walk over toward it?
Yeah. I feel like you're trying to get me to not.
No, I want to make sure you are doing everything you want to do.
Yes, I want to go talk to it.
So as you move, the eyes suddenly do not like this sudden movement that they're seeing.
Okay.
And it steps out of the shadows, and it's a giant like bear bird monstrosity put together, and it is not happy with you. It is not happy at all. It's roaring at the top of its lungs. Are you still going to try to talk to it?
No. I want to maybe back off a little bit.
Okay. So you're going to back off, and this thing does not like that you're here.
Okay.
Yet again, you realize that you thought that you knew what it was, and you did. This is something called, it's like an owl and a bear thing, and you can't remember the name, but you remember that it does not like people on its property at all. It doesn't like it when people are in an area it's deemed, this is my area. It's not happy with you that you're here. So now that you remember this, does that change what you want to do?
It changes, yeah, a lot. I kind of want to leave. I want to turn around and just retrace my steps and get out of there.
All right, but remember, all your stuff is there. So do you want to run away and leave all your stuff there through the forest in the middle of the night, where there's probably more creatures that would love to eat you? Or would you like to figure out a way through this?
I'll figure it out. You know what? I want my stuff.
Okay.
I want my stuff.
So, this is not always, what is done, but you can, based on, my discretion, I can be like, all right, try to roll, like, you can try to scare it off, or you can try to, like, read its body language to know, is it scared or is it just hungry? Because if it's scared, maybe you can, like, slowly grab your things and leave, or if it's hungry, then maybe you should run.
Okay.
So for that, I would like you to roll something called an insight check.
Okay. So I want a high number?
Yeah. Or if you're feeling more confident, you could roll a nature check, which is your knowledge of nature. Now, between insight and nature, which do you think you'd be better at?
Me personally or me as a bard?
Both. We'll go with both, because this character is just going to be you for now.
We'll go with nature.
Okay. All right. So roll your little dice.
Is that a 1? Nope. It's another 7.
Wow.
Better
You're
than a
rolling
1.
incredibly today. Again, you're a smart bard. You're a smart bard.
Yeah.
So I'll say that you actually have a proficiency, and you have a +5
Whoa.
because of all of your knowledge and your past of playing to woodland creatures or something,
Yeah.
And you understand that this creature is not like it's scared, and it's not going after you because it's hungry. It's not going after you because it like hates you. It's going after you because this is just what nature does. This is how all things are,
Yeah.
So with this knowledge, again, what would you like to do?
I want to slowly grab my stuff.
Okay.
And get out of there.
For now, I'll have you roll like again, this isn't how it always works. Let's have you roll like a dexterity saving throw. That's basically just how slowly, how carefully, how gently you walk through this.
Okay. 2.
Would you like a different dice?
Yeah. Can I
That
try?
doesn't seem to be treating
I
you
don't like
very
it.
well.
I don't like that
Here,
one.
here, have this
Okay,
one.
this one's a lot heavier.
Yeah,
What does it say? 17!
that's a lot better.
Yes, okay.
So,
okay.
with your dexterity and all of your smarts, you are able to gently walk and pick up your loot, pick up your backpack and your delicious meat that you were eating that you sat down. And when you pick up the meat, the bear suddenly realizes it's a bit more hungry than it thinks. And it roars at you.
Okay.
And now with meat in your hand and everything, you can choose whatever you want on how to handle this situation. Would you like...
I'm leaving the meat there.
Okay.
I'm leaving the meat, taking everything out.
Would you like to feed it to the bear? Or would you like to just leave? Would you want to get out?
I just want to get out.
Okay. So you take all your things and you book it.
Okay.
And as you turn, the fire is still roaring, and the big bear is eating that meat, and it looks so happy. You've made an animal happy today. Do you feel good
Perfect.
about yourself?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I'm glad. And that is as simple as D&D is.
Awesome.
It's that, but we do it for a long time.
Yes. Okay.
There's a couple more bits to it, like obviously, like you didn't use any like spells.
No.
We didn't do combat, because generally that stuff takes a while, and that's when a lot of the like knowledge about D&D comes in. But at its core, this is what it is.
Well, that was so much fun. Thank you so much for like teaching me how all this works. I might have to give this like a real shot sometime.
It's a lot of fun.
But that is all the time I have for this episode. Thank you so much to Dungeons and Dorm Rats and Drew for showing up and showing off all this fun stuff.